Hello everyone, welcome back to M-Link on YouTube. I'm going to be Nick Sahami taking you through this second match today. And I'm going to be joined with Connor, I believe, right?
Connor McVeigh here as always.
Awesome, so thank you for coming back to M-Link on YouTube. For those joining us for the first time, we're going to be bringing you the 2017 OCAA Championships. We got the Durham Lords versus the Redeemer Royals coming at you right now. So it should be a good matchup we have here today, Connor. The second quarterfinal matchup of today, this afternoon. Durham Lords are sitting at 16-2 on the year. They finished second in the East Division, so a very strong team, these Lords. We have a bit of a royalty matchup today, Lords versus the Royals. I brought my cheese today, Connor. Hopefully you brought some wine.
It'll be a good one.
But what we're going to have on the other side, though, a very surprising season, to say the least, for those Redeemer Royals, a team that has found themselves in the basement quite often in these past several years. But they really showed up this year, finished 12-6, and their head coach actually snagged the West Division Coach of the Year, Brad Dube, a seventh-year coach, so you know he's struggled through some of those tough times and was rewarded with a very successful season this year. 12-6, and for some of our viewers that maybe happened to catch some of the earlier Mohawk games early in the year, the Redeemer Royals actually stunned the Mountaineers late in 2016, but we're going to get right into action here as we get the first serve in. And the Lord's going to get some action going right away with a quick point to start the game. You're going to see Andrew Dube with a big one there. And Andrew Dube actually has only managed to get himself into 9 matches on the year. So he's one of those players that has been a little bit in and out, but a big one though when he does find the court for the Lords. But right back on the other side, a big point here for Redeemer. I think we're going to see a lot of back and forth here today, Connor. These Royals and Lords are very well matched. The records may not say so, but the momentum, I think, is really going to show through for these Royals today. But we're going to get right back here, and on that miss hit at the net for the Lords, we're going to see the Royals with the second straight point here to start this first set off. And we're going to see an early lead here, 2-1 for these Royals as well, as we get number 10 here. Bontkes setting up for serve, and Bontkes gets it over. And on the other side, a massive kill there. Number 2, Brett Polfus. You're going to hear that name a lot today as he is the bigger player. He actually leads the Lords in total points on the year and kills as well. 177
kills on the year, Nick. Top 20.
Yeah, he's no slouch. 218 total team points as well. Him and number 17, Harrison Wood, are going to be a big duo up front. But now we see the second serve here for the Lords. On the other side, a good dig out, but a little bit of miscommunication there, actually, as number 9, Eli Tolkamp. Number 9 on the other side, actually, Michael Harper. He's a second-team All-Star. Wasn't able to corral that dig too effectively, though, and with that air, we're going to see it now go back to the other side. The Royals setting up for serve here. We get number 14, Travis Dyke, with the serve, and he's going to get the ace down. A little bit of a lob ace there, but the Lords taking the decision to let that one go, and unfortunately for the Lords, will be a fortunate point here for the Royals. Royals jumping out early on here, but with that very tough air there, we're going to see loss of serve, and it's going to be back over to the Lords here. We're going to see Polfus, number 2, setting up for serve for the Durham Lords. Travis Dyke with the air on that last serve there, number 14 for the Royals. But here you get Polfus with a little bit of an easy jump serve there, and you get Bontkes on the back end. A nice dig out there, though, on the back by Dube, and it's going to lead to Wood with a massive kill there. As mentioned, Polfus and Wood, you're going to hear those names a lot for the Lords. Number 17, big boy up front. And Harrison Wood, the second-year player out of Uxbridge, one of the taller players at 6'5" here for the Lords. But Polfus setting up for his second serve here. Polfus with a bit of a unique jump serve style there. But a big block there up front, but we're going to see the violation, and it's going to actually be on the Lords, though. But we did see some good defense there as Harrison Wood came together there with number 3, Dube, on that one. But with the air on that, as mentioned, we're going to see it go over to the Royals, though, here. And we got number 11, Morgan Rutledge, big player for the Royals with a nice big serve there, a little free ball up front. But we're now going to get it set up here on the back line for Bontkes. On the other side, Wood with a little one-on-one. Not going to work to his favor, though, as they now set it up again. A quick play by Polfus with a nice dig there. And as he gets it to Dube, a massive block. Dube able to use his foot on that one, though. One of the more unique digs you're going to see.
He looks like a soccer player, though, Nick.
He's got the headband to match. And here he comes. A big kill
Powerful.
there. He says, I don't need my foot for that one.
They're not going to get that.
No, that one went actually almost past our crew there. That was a big one for Andrew Dube, the third-year player out of Uxbridge. High flying from the back line on that one. But we now see here number 11, Andrew Watson, setting up for serve as the Lords have brought it back here to a 5-5 tie. Up and over here as it's dug out by Harris. Harris going to get it right back, and Harris going to put it down for a big kill on the Royal side as well. The Royals are no slouches here, coming right back and digging into that momentum and taking the service game back. We're going to get Mitchell Harris here setting up for serve. Mitchell Harris, one of the stronger servers on the year for the Royals. But dug out there from Dube, going to get it right back. But a massive block up front there from Pearson, the rookie. But gets it right back, Dube. And here comes Pearson to save it now, gets it over to Bontkes. But that's going to be put down there by number 10, Bontkes. A big kill as he took that one from the rookie and said, thank you very much.
Bontkes with 128 kills on the season, Nick.
Yeah, definitely having himself quite the year. And a lot of that, in my opinion, is due to the rookie all-star, Pearson Stiller, number 3, the leading facilitator for these Royals, but can't facilitate that one. Mitchell Harris, a big error there. Redeemer not going to find momentum on their service game as it goes right back now here, and we're going to see Wood set up here. Harrison Wood, as mentioned, the second-year player, the tallest player here at 6'5". Nice and easy jump serve there as Bontkes does dig that out, though. Another other side, a nice play there by Rutledge. But on the other one, we're going to get it back, but a good block up front there. As Bontkes came together there with the Boer, and they made quite the formidable wall on that one. And with that, we're going to see the second-year player, Brady DeBoer, set up here. 6'3" out of Petrolia. Nice serve there over, dug out by Dube. And here comes Dube again, but he's just going to wisely volley that one over. Back on the other side, a nice dig out there. Andrew Watson on the back line as the Lords do get it back over as Harris sets that up, and here comes to Bontkes, and Bontkes with a massive kill. He said thank you again, Pearson Stiller, for that. You're going to hear a lot and see a lot of Pearson Stiller setting up his teammates today on the Royal side. He's not one of 5 rookie all-stars for no reason in the OCAAs this year. But a nice dig out by Dube, and right back to Dube again, putting that one down. Oh, John Pham showing why he is the facilitator on the other side. Pham to Dube for a massive kill there. We're going to see quite the matchup between Stiller and Pham today. Who can be the better setter for their team? And on the other side, a nice dig out there from Watson. Going to get to Dube. And on the other side, not nearly as good a dig out from Rutledge, but somehow Harris ran into the wall and saved that one for the Royals. My goodness, and here's Pham to, as they get that one down. Pham to Polfus, a massive kill there. And that's why Brett Polfus has 218 total points in the regular season, averaging almost 4 points a set. Him and Wood make up actually almost 7 points a set for their team. Quite the formidable duo. But on the other end, we get now a dig out from Harris, right to number 14, Travis Dyke, with a massive kill there to dig into the momentum that the Lords were looking to build on the other side. Some exciting back and forth play here, Connor, to start this game.
It's been great so far, Nick. This Redeemer team just looks young.
They definitely are using some of that youth and energy, but amazing save there from number 11, Watson has been doing that. And another dig, as I was already complimenting him on the first one, but an even better dig there from Rogers, and they're going to get it to Polfus, but not going to get that one down. And on the other end, we're getting a nice rally here as Pham does save that one. Polfus was getting ready to set it up, but just going to put up a nice high ball there and force the Royals to set it up here still. Pearson Stiller did get that one, and it got put down there by the first-year player out of Langley, 6'7", Linden Bontkes. Finding some success here early on. And as you touched upon there, Connor, you can definitely see some of that younger player mentality. Bontkes here looks about 14, but it doesn't matter. He's playing like a 30-year-old vet here. And here he is again, but a nice block here on the other side for Dube. Now set up for Polfus. Polfus going to be just out of bounds by a couple of feet there on the left side. And with that, we're going to see a timeout here. The first timeout for the Durham Lords, as they don't want to see this lead stretch out any further. Now
those Redeemer boys look fired up, Nick.
Oh yeah, these Royals, they know this is a very exciting year, and I think they understand that they've surprised a lot of people this year with their play. As we touched upon, their head coach, Brad Dube, was the coach of the year for the West Division in the OCAAs, and honestly, in my opinion, it was most likely due to the fact that he has persevered through some pretty tough seasons on the Royals side. And this year, though, they came out to play, and they've played well. And they've had some big wins on the year as well, too, to say the least. As we mentioned, they took down the Mountaineers early on, November 25th, with a straight-set victory in this very gym, where I know I saw a stunned crowd and a stunned Mountaineers team, and I think that could have been the launching point that really showed these Royals they are a team to beat this year.
Yeah, man. Rookie Linden Bontkes has been on fire this year.
Yeah, definitely been one to watch. And those Royals, they've actually managed to snag 7 of their last 8. Their only loss coming recently to those Mountaineers, who did avenge their earlier season loss, February 10th, just a couple of weeks back here. But they've had some big wins recently. They've took down Humber, St. Clair, Niagara. They won Fleming in the crossover game to get into the OCAAs, and they're trying to take down the Lords here. But that's not going to be what they need if they're looking for success. A big point there for Andrew Dube, and putting that one down for the Lords as they look to dig into this early lead in this first set. Now 12-9, but Dube up. A good dig there. Saved by Pearson Stiller, but now Pham going to be setting it up on the other side for Watley. A big kill there. Watson, sorry, I got the first syllable there right, Connor. But Watson with the big kill there. Another player out of Uxbridge, also a second-year player, along with Harrison Wood out of Uxbridge. But Dube there with the serve, not going to be too successful there. And with that error, Dube a little frustrated, as he knew he was starting to find some momentum himself there on service game. And now on the other side, we're going to see Linden Bontkes with the serve. Dug out there by Rogers. And on the other side, my goodness gracious, there comes flying the 4th-year player from Kitchener, number 2, Brett Polfus.
Gonna hear a lot of him today, Nick.
Yeah, Polfus is definitely one of the reasons why the Durham Lords have 16 wins in 18 matches this year, 177 kills in the regular season to lead his team. But now on the other side, Stiller setting it up. And there you have Rutledge using a nifty play there and using his hops, floating through the air, finds the open space. And you can see number 17, Harrison Wood, a little frustrated there. Thought he should have had that one up front with Pham. But we're going to see Morgan Rutledge again find that success. And now Travis Dyke with the serve up and over. Little miscommunication on the other side, as we actually saw Dube and Watson run into each other on that. And with that, Watson did set it up there for Pham to Wood, but it was out of bounds on there. And with that, we're going to see it now come back to the Royals here, looking to stretch this lead even further, now up 15-11. But Dyke with the serve up and over. Dug out there from Dube as Pham looking to set up Polfus, and a massive kill there by Polfus as he put that one through the wall of Harris and DeBoer. Harris and DeBoer found some success early on, but this time they went right through them on that one, Connor.
Big substitution here, Nick.
Yeah, we're going to see
Erik
Pham.
Janssen coming in.
Yeah, Janssen, not the facilitator that Pham is, but now they're going to have quite the big boys up front, these Lords, though, as we're going to see Watson, Wood, and, of course, as mentioned, the new player coming in, number 12, Janssen, up front.
127 kills on the season.
Second on the team, no slouch, that's for sure. But a nice dig there from Rogers, up to Polfus, up to number 12, Janssen coming in right away. And with that, a point on the inches of that line. You can see the Royals on the other side. We're all looking at each other and even at the refs there, thinking that one was out of bounds. But their loss is the Lords' gain here, as Polfus now gets the serve up and over. dugout there from Harris. And a big one right there. These Lords
Harrison Wood with the big block, Nick.
Yeah, these Lords starting to come back here. And at the right time here too, now down just 1 point, 15-14 here for the Royals. Polfus with his unique serve, gets it up and over. It's dug out by Bontkes. Bontkes getting that one, and De Boer setting that up for Rutledge, but they're gonna say it was a violation actually on the follow through of the player on the Royal side, and with that violation, we're gonna see it go back now to the Lords again here, as Polfus finding some consecutive success here on his service game. Polfus with his third straight serve up and over, forcing Harris to dig that out to De Boer, getting it back up to Harris. Harris thought he had Wood solved, but Wood said, And now a nice dig on the other side by Watson. Watson's gonna take it right back, but he ran into the wall there of Rutledge, and De Boer saying, A big block there, right in the face of the Lords players. And now we're gonna see Morgan Rutledge setting it up here, but we're gonna see a quick substitution as we see Polfus sitting down, probably for not very long, and we'll see Riley McAdams come back on. Second-year player out of Coburg.
Looks like a Viking, Nick.
He definitely doesn't have necessarily the volleyball body, but who knows? He could have the defensive ability out there. And maybe looking like a Viking could help intimidate the other team as well. But with that point now, we're seeing it back and forth here a little bit. We're going to see Watson set up for serve here. Gets it over as it's dug out there. And a nice smart play, almost worked there. But we're going to see Wood and Dube come to the savior for their team there. But a big block right up front for Wood. He thought he had that, but a nice dig on the other side for the Royals. And now we're going to see Janssen set it up. And a fake out, but that's going to be one too many hits. And on that violation, actually a double hit they're going to call on that one. And with that violation, we're going to see a big loss of serve. And point over to the Royals. And we're going to see number 7, the third-year player, Mitchell Harris from St. Catharines, set up for serve. Harris with the serve up and over. Dug out there from Dube. Dube going to get it back. Tried to force that one, but thankfully Wood there kept his ground. And there that time Dube put it down and found the success. Got that one through Bontkes just barely. And Riley McAdams already coming on and playing a bit of a factor there as he helped his team set that one up on the Lord's side. But we're going to see a quick substitution. Now as we're going to see number 9, Michael Harper, come back on. Harper, the 5th-year player from Oakville, but a good dig here on the other side. Bontkes going to just force that one over. And just as I said, we had Harper in. Harper with a nice defensive play there with Janssen. And on that big point, we're going to see the Royals take a timeout now themselves. And a smart timeout earlier, it seemed, from the Lords coach as they dug into that momentum that the Royals had built. And now we see the Lords here with a 1-point lead, 18-17, Connor.
It's been a close game so far, Nick.
Yeah, back and forth, and we definitely anticipated a little bit more of this back and forth that we didn't see necessarily in the first matchup between the number 1 team out of the West and obviously the other team there. Fanshawe Falcons did a dominating job, but this one, as you mentioned, back and forth.
It's been close, Nick, and one of these teams sooner or later might have to play Fanshawe a little later on, and that Fanshawe team looked good this morning.
Yeah, no, Durham 16-2, as we mentioned, are no slouches, but today they're definitely running it up tough here against the 12-6 Redeemer Royals. And of course, we can't take away from the Royal side, very well coached with Coach of the Year from the West Division, Brad Dews. Really, I think, understanding what he can get out of his team, not trying to do too much, and maybe getting a little lucky with a nice rookie, number 3, Pearson Stiller, up front there with some beautiful setting work for his team. But one thing we'll have to see here, if Durham can continue that hot streak they've had in the last 10 games. 9-1. And right there, though, we're going to see the air on the serve from Wood. And with that out of bounds, point now to the Royals as they tie it up quickly here out of that timeout. And they're going to get the service game back here as well, as we'll see number 4, Andrew De Boer, setting up for serve. We're going to see a quick substitution as we see Janssen come out. We're also going to see number 4 come out as well, too. And then back in, of course, number 2, Polfus. A massive kill there, but he, unfortunately for Polfus, the violation Yes, a little too far to say the least.
A little too far.
The momentum on that took him into the court of the Royals, and as mentioned, that is a violation. And with that, even though the point was down, we're going to see it go back to the Royals here, and DeBoer with his second serve. Pham getting that back to Dube, but a nice dig there, or a block, sorry, forcing the Royals Lords to dig that out. And an even better block there again, actually. These Lords running it up tough. A couple of big boys up front, and now we're going to see a quick timeout on the Durham Lords side, as they've lost that momentum instantly with 3 straight points coming out of that timeout for the Redeemer Royals, and they've snagged this lead right back, 2018.
The Redeemer team looks excited, Nick. They got that momentum back after that timeout.
Exactly what they needed to. And again, Linden Bontkes today has been going bonkers so far. Just been dominating up front. And as we touched upon, utilizing a lot of that beautiful setting play from number 3, Pearson Stiller. A little bit of travel here, the first-year player out of Surrey, BC. But not alone, actually, as Redeemer have done a good job of going outside of BC. They've gone outside of Ontario on their recruiting efforts, and it's starting to show face as, again, 2 of their bigger players, Bontkes as well, out of Langley, BC, and then if you have Eli Tolkamp, the 4th-year player, number 9, out of Langley as well. So you got quite the BC connection on this Royal side.
Yeah, Nick, they got 2 great rookies this year. They're going to be the team to look out for in a couple years for sure.
Yeah, I'm actually a little surprised Linden Bontkes didn't find himself on the All-Star rookie team. But again, Pearson Stiller does, though, as we get right back into action here. Nice setup from Pham to number 9, Harper there, but good dig on the other side. And good defense from Pham and Harper right there. But we're going to see the violation, actually, regardless of the defense, point over to the Royals as they stretch this lead now to 3, 21-18. And Brady DeBoer, the 2nd-year player from Petrolia, setting up for serve. Gets it up. Nice serve there, and a nice ace there. The first service ace for the Royals of the game, and coming at the perfect time, as now they have their bigger lead of this first set at 22-18. And it's coming down to crunch time for who's going to take this first set. DeBoer up with another serve here. Dug out from Watson, getting it to Pham, who does find Dube, but an amazing dig there from DeBoer on the back line, and somehow Stiller able to find that, forcing Harris to get it over, which he does magically.
Unbelievable save.
An amazing, an even better save there again, but luckily, if you're a Lords fan, number 9, Harper finding the corner just barely there, but you've got to be excited if you're a Royals fan, because they've had some incredible digs to say the least here. But here number 6, Pham, gets it up and over as Harris digs it out and gets it to Stiller. And there you have it, actually. Bontkes says,
the rookie,
I'm going to make sure no one stops this one. But Stiller to Bontkes has been quite the connection this year for the Royals. And now we're going to see Stiller set up for serve. Just gets it over nice and easy. Dube to Pham. And here comes Polfus. Polfus actually had the deflection off his chest go back over there. And somehow, though, the Royals able to save that one too. And we're not going to see any more luck there. Almost twice some deflections for the Lords there. And with that one, though, off Harper, out of bounds, we're going to see the point back now to the Royals as they've come alive here at the perfect time. 24-19 set point here. Dube getting that, though, dug it out to Pham, and here comes Polfus with a nice play, but Stiller saw that all the way. And here comes Bontkes. Bontkes not able to get that. Good defense now as we get a bit of a rally here on both sides. And we're going to see the violation there, and it's going to be a double hit on the Royal side, actually, and with that, a big point for the Lords here. Now 24-20 for the Royals, as the Lords aren't done just yet here in this first set. But we're going to see now Dube step out quickly here. We're going to see number 13, Rory Langley, another 2nd-year player out of Uxbridge. You can tell where Durham loves to do their recruiting. They actually have 6 players, out of Uxbridge. But a good dig here. Here comes Stiller to Bontkes. And a good defensive dig there on the back line. And now Harper just gets that over. But Dyke does try a nifty player. Not going to work there, though, as Polfus, though, does find that. But a good rally again here as Harris gets that now to Stiller, who found Dyke. But on the other side, here comes Pham to Polfus. And there you have a beautiful connection as Polfus puts that one down quite handedly.
They need him to step up big into this set, Nick.
Yeah, 24-21 for the Royals here as they've now had a couple of straight set points not go their way. And you know the Lords here really need this,
Oh.
but
That's unfortunate.
and that's not the way you want to end a set if you're the Durham Lords, as with that out of bounds play, loss of serve, a big point to the Royals because they take this first set 25-21, and that's exactly the start you want to have if you're Brad Dews, the head coach for the Redeemer Royals, as these teams switch side for the second set. That seems to be what exactly the Royals wanted to do there, coming out of that timeout down a point. But 25-18 as we mentioned here. And we're going to check just a little bit of the highlights from that first set, as it was quite back and forth. And as we mentioned right off the get-go, some big players to watch out for. They made us look like some geniuses here. As you see Polfus with a massive kill there. And right back on the other side, you're going to see Harris come through as well too, as Durham not able to dig that one out. But as you see Bontkes there,
The rookies.
he's dug that, got the set back from Stiller, and put that one down. Stiller to Bontkes, quite the connection. As you see Dyke up front with a nice block there for the Royals. And then Pham on the other side to Polfus. They definitely have to get that going more often, don't you think, Connor?
Oh, for sure, Nick.
But as you'll see there from those first set highlights, it was quite back and forth. But the Redeemer Royals were still able to snag that one 25-21. A big first set win here at the D-Bark in Hamilton at Mohawk College. We're bringing you the second quarterfinal game here on M-Link. And quite the start we've had here to this second matchup. The Redeemer Royals on paper 12-6, not nearly the strong record that the Durham Lords have at 16-2, but sometimes competition can play a bigger factor on how strong a team is going to be leading into the playoffs. And I know the West Division versus the East Division at times can play a little bit tougher, and we're seeing that here today actually as these Royals come out. And what should have been an easier matchup if you look at record-based, 16-2, those Durham Lords, I think they came out and were stunned, Connor.
Yeah, this Lords team on paper is quite the team. You see Erik Janssen with 127 kills on the season, ranked 30th. He didn't get a lot of playing time that first set, so look for him to come in. And we'll see hopefully a turnaround here for the Lords.
No, I like how you mentioned number 12, Erik Janssen. Yeah, he only came on a little bit at the end there, but he is second on the team, as you touched upon earlier, Connor, with 127 kills. He's third with almost 3 points a set as well, too, right behind Polfus and Wood. So if you can get him going, I think you're going to find a lot more success. But the one thing I want to touch upon here for the Lords is what they need is consistency across the board. As you can see, for their team, Polfus leads the way at 218 total team points, but after that, it gets bunched up with Wood at 162, Janssen 155, Michael Harper, the second team All-Star, who we haven't seen too much of actually, 146 as well, and right behind him, Andrew Watson, 126. That is consistency across the board. Usually you only have 2, maybe 3 players maximum in the triple-digit range for points, and we'll see that on the kill side as well, as we have 4 players over 100 kills for this Lords team, and in my opinion, that's why they've dominated the regular season so well. But they seem to have run into a couple of big walls here on the Royal side.
The rookie wall of this Redeemer team.
The rookie wall, to say the least. And definitely Linden Bontkes could be the big factor here for these Royals on whether or not they're going to come through in their quarterfinal matchup against these Durham Lords. But we're going to get this second set started just a few seconds here. We're going to see Pham, number 6, setting up for serve on the Lords side. He does get it over. Harris digs that out, gets it to Stiller. Stiller to Bontkes, and just like that, we've started the exact same storyline. Bontkes with a beautiful kill there as he took that nice volley from Stiller. Pearson Stiller, the rookie All-Star.
14, Nick.
I told you, but he's playing like a vet out there. Sometimes looks don't matter when you can jump as high as Bontkes is. And on that, we're now going to see a couple of quick points here early on, as Stiller finding some success here on service game to start this second set for the Royals. The Stiller up and over, dug out by Dube to Pham, and here comes Polfus, putting that one down, but going to be just out of bounds there. And it looked like there may have been a deflection there actually, but the Royals going to maybe get away with one a bit there. And with that, 3 straight points again here to start this second set, as they did in the first set. But Polfus digging that out here, and a beautiful block up front there from Rutledge and Dyke. And with the Rutledge Dyke wall, you're going to see here now a scramble on the other side, and they're not going to be able to come up with the point. And we're going to see now Redeemer coming out hot here in the second set. Stiller now with his fifth straight serve here, sorry. But a big block there, not gonna actually work for Polfus, as he did find the other dig there, but a massive, massive block on that one. Rutledge and Bontkes coming together on that. But another serve here for Stiller. They're gonna try the other side, and this time they're gonna find much more success there. As you see, Janssen, you touched upon it, Connor. We're gonna have to say the name a lot more here in the second set if these Lords want to find this point.
He's gonna have to get it going, Nick.
But there you go, Janssen now gonna find serve here. Seeing his Lords down 5-1 early on. A nice and easy serve here for Janssen as he gets that over. And on the other side, somehow Polfus uses his elbow, but not gonna work there as Harper was forced to try and save that and gonna be out of bounds. And with that, a quick loss of serve there for the Lords as it goes back now here to the Royals, jumping out to a quick 6-1 lead here in this second set. Playing like the 16-2 team, actually. And a forceful volley there, gonna somehow work for Dube. A nice little one-on-one there, but gonna come out in the favor of the Royals, as Harris said, you're not gonna stop me here, Polfus. That one went out of bounds on the Lords. And now we're gonna see here Bontkes set up for serve again. 7-1. A little surprising at how strong these Royals have come out here in the second set.
They came out hot.
But this is gonna have to be what they need here on the other side. Pham to Polfus. A big kill there. Just their second point here early on in this second set, as we're now also going to see number 9, Michael Harper, the second team All-Star, set up for serve. Good dig there from Eli Tolkamp. Not going to matter though, as we're going to get the point for the Lords on that violation there. And Harper going to see if he can string off some more success from his service game here. Now the 7-3 lead here for the Royals, as Harper does get that over, dug out by Bontkes. And Harper digs that out himself beautifully, forcing Harris now to get it over to Stiller, who sets up Rutledge, but a big block up front from Dube and Wood. Here comes Rutledge again, but a nice dig from Harper, and an even better setup there from Janssen, as they do find a much more successful attempt there to get it over, as we get some good back and forth play here. Polfus just going to be forced to put this over as Harris gets it to Stiller, setting up Rutledge, but a big block from Pham there on the other side as we get a good rally, but we're going to see the violation there on the Lord side, double hit actually, and with that a big point here for the Redeemer Royals. One of the better rallies we've seen here, Connor, so far.
Yeah, Nick, I don't think we've touched on it though. This Redeemers team's got some good hair. You seen the man buns out here?
They are whipping out a few of the man bun style. Actually, it looks like one of their assistant coaches rocks the man bun as well.
Good looking team.
Seems to be working in their favor. A little deflection there up front by Rutledge. So they're going to be forced to put that over, and it's going to work out nicely. As Bontkes, usually on that second hit, forced to put it over, but that time was able to get the deflection and put up a nice set there.
No surprise, the Lord's got to call a timeout here.
Yes, not surprising now as this lead early on stretched 9-3 for the Royals. As mentioned, the Royals looking like the second best team in the East here. Goodness gracious, they're coming out hot here in this second set. You can see the coach, lots of smiles there. And it's kind of funny and obvious how success usually dictates smiles.
It happens.
It's a little easier to smile when you're winning, I know. And these Royals again coming out hot here. I am a little taken aback though, Connor, after that first set was back and forth. Redeemer just squeaking it out 25-21. They're on pace here to blow out the Lords in this second set. Now, we touched upon it earlier. Durham has that hot streak, 9-1 in their last 10 games, undefeated. But the thing is though, sometimes if you haven't played the competition, you can't necessarily prepare the best. And I think we're seeing that work to the favor of the Royals here, as they've come out and surprised this Lords team here early on in this second set.
It's true, Nick. And a lot of people say this year, the West and the East, they aren't nearly even as they were in the last couple of years.
No, it's true. After the first couple of teams, the drop-off is a little obvious on the east side. But as we get play picking up back here, we're going to see Andrew Wood flying for that one. A big point there. Sorry, Harrison Wood, the second-year player out of Uxbridge. And with that, we're going to see if the Lords can maybe dig into the momentum in this lead a little bit, as we're going to get Polfus set up for serve here on the Lords side. Polfus does get the serve up and over. Dug out there from Tolkamp. Getting it over to Harris. A massive setup there from De Boer, and an even more massive kill there. I'm at a loss for words after that one, Connor. Goodness gracious, Harris got up for that one.
Polfus to serve.
Yep, and with that, I got too excited. The violation there, we're going to see it go back to the Durham Lords here as Polfus setting up for serve again. And now Polfus digging that out for his team. Gets it to Pham, over to Dube. Dube with a little bit too much power on that one, though.
He's been great today so far, though, Nick.
He thought he got the deflection there, though, but the refs don't believe so. And with that out of bounds, we're going to see it now go back to the Royals as they've stretched this lead here, 10-5. And we're going to get now Morgan Rutledge setting up for serve. Rutledge with an aggressive serve there. Great angling on that as it came down. But we're going to see another violation on the Lord's side, a double hit there. That's the fourth time that's happened in these first couple of sets. And to put it in perspective, that only happened once in the last game. So the Durham Lords here, miscommunication and unforced errors seem to be their problem in the second set. A nice dig there on the back line. Somehow Polfus tried to save that though, but not going to work in their favor. But you got to give credit to Braden Rogers, who somehow was able to get that initial dig out. But not going to matter though there, as the Redeemer Royals now finding some consistent momentum, to say the least here. A few consecutive points, and we have a 12-5 lead here, as Rutledge with another big serve there. As we're going to see Dube put this one over, and Dube not finding the angle he likes, and it's going to be out of bounds again. And with that, we're going to see a smart timeout on the Durham Lords side.
This Redeemer team's getting wild up, Nick. They look good.
Coach Matsusaki for the Durham Lords, I think, is understanding that this is getting away from them here. 13-5 here, now the lead for the Redeemer Royals in this second set. And again, if you can see, a lot of smiles. But what we're going to do is we're going to check out some highlights from number 2, Brett Polfus for the Lords, though, because we touched upon it, Connor. We really are going to have to see a lot more success from Polfus, and he's going to have to get a lot more help from Pham. Because when you see Pham set up Polfus right there,
he gets up there, though.
They can find success. And Pham has a lot of skill, as you can see up the middle there, when it comes to setting up his teammates, specifically Polfus.
177 kills on the season. He's ranked top 20th for kills, so.
And as you can see there, he does average 3 kills a set.
Good-looking kid, good smile, I like it.
Yeah, and very effective player as well, too, as he does have, as mentioned, those 3 kills a set, leading the team, and leading the team as well with 218 total points there in the regular season. His hitting percentage is actually quite high as well, too, for someone who finds predominantly most of their hits coming on the aggressive outside wing. But now picking it back right up, we have Rutledge here with another beautiful serve. Dube digging that out for the Lords, getting it to Wood. And we're going to get that one down for the Lords. Wood finding some success finally up front there. And with that, the Durham Lords stop the bleeding a little bit here. 13-6 though for the Royals. And we're going to see now Dube set up for serve on the Lords side. Dube gets it up as it's dug out from Bontkes, forcing Stiller to somehow run wildly for it, and then Harris is going to volley it into the ref. Good effort, though, but the referee's back is a violation there. So with that, we're going to see now the point back to the Durham Lords here, as they're going to try and find their 3rd consecutive point here for the first time in this second set. Bontkes does it. Nice dig to Stiller, gets it to Rutledge. Rutledge floated on that one, and he put it down beautifully, convincing the team there he was going for power when he went for finesse. And on the other side there, number 14, Rogers, wasn't able to dig that one out. And now we're going to see Harris set up for serve here for the Royals, as he takes a little bit of advice there from his coach. Harris gets it up and over as it's dug out from Polfus, gets it to Pham. They're just going to be forced to put this one over. As now Rutledge on the other side finds Stiller to Bontkes. A massive kill attempt there, but somehow Polfus digs that out. Back to the other side, Janssen, but a big block up front. The trio, it seemed, of De Boer, Bontkes, and Stiller said, no thank you, we're going to give that one right back to you.
Those rookies have been on fire, Nick.
And at the right time, too, here again, coming out of these timeouts, these Royals finding the momentum that they need. Now 15-7, a big lead here early in this second set. Not really early anymore now they've stretched this lead to 8. But there, another big block again. Stiller and De Boer coming up big. Pearson Stiller, the rookie out of Surrey, usually a facilitator and setter for his team, but using that surprising 6'4" height, I think. Other team maybe not realizing he has that much height. Coming up big for blocks as well, too, for the Royals.
Getting up there today, Nick. He's doing a great job.
Almost a double-digit lead here, and with that service ace, that's exactly what we're going to see here. Harris with the ace, now a 10-point lead here for the Royals, 17-7 in this second set.
This is surprising, Nick, to be honest. I did not see it going like this.
I definitely thought we could be looking at a 5-setter in this matchup, but at this rate, we could be looking at straight sets, and not the way I was thinking initially. But there, who knows? The Durham Lords aren't done just yet. And a big point there, as again, they need to stop this momentum of the Royals. And the best way to do that is get points. But we're going to see Pham step off here. And we're going to see number 13, Rory Langley, come on, actually. And Langley coming on for the first time as we see a far too strong of a serve coming from Harrison Wood there. Out of bounds by about 5 feet on the back line there. An unforced error there. We'll now see the lead back up to 10 and serve go back to the Royals here, as we're going to see now number 4, De Boer with the serve. De Boer gets it into the bottom of the net. Not necessarily what he wanted there. And now both teams losing some of their momentum here with a couple of unforced errors back and forth here. But as we touched upon, Langley finding some court time here for serve. Up and over as it's dug out from Bontkes, getting to Tolkamp here as he's just going to force Rutledge to get it up. But on the other side, Polfus with a nifty play. Sorry, Watson with a nifty play, but not going to work in their favor. And there you have it. My goodness
the rookie
gracious.
Getting up there again, Nick.
Linden Bontkes. I wonder if he's named for Trevor Linden, actually. Being a Langley BC boy there as well. But we're going to check a replay on that after, I think. As we get a quick little play there, though, and the Royals now going to see another point there. And this lead stretched to the biggest one here, but we're going to check that replay there from a couple plays ago. Bontkes with a massive kill there. And now Stiller with the serve here. And with that, we're going to see a substitution violation, actually. You don't see that very often. And with that, we're going to see
those Redeemer boys got fired up for that one, Nick.
I'll take a free point like that any day. Usually you got to work for your points, but that one just coming off terrible miscommunication amongst the Lord's side. And now 21-9 lead here for the Royals. But here comes Polfus trying to put an end to that momentum, but a good dig from Harris on the back. Gets it to Stiller and back to Harris. But now we see on the other side here a nice dig. Oh, put that one down. That was a big one there for Andrew Watson. And we're going to have to see here if they can find some continued momentum, as we saw Langley to Watson on that last one for a big kill. And now Watson going to be setting up for serve here for the Lords, down 11 points in the second set. A rough return there, but it's going to work. Actually, nope. Out of bounds there, violation. They're actually going to call a lift on that one. Bontkes, I think, was a little surprised by his own effort on that one. And with that, we're now going to see it a 21-11 lead here. Watson still trying to dig into this lead here. And another misplay there from Bontkes, but somehow Stiller and Bontkes able to work together on that one. And coming back, but Polfus said, it doesn't matter, I'm going to put this one through you. And a big kill there, and we're going to need to see more of Polfus if these Durham Lords are going to have any chance of coming back here late in this second set. But Stiller, I'm surprised he was able to get back up off that one. He took that one to the chest. Good dig there from Tolkamp. And then here comes Bontkes right back with his own effort there, but a good dig on the back line there from Watson. So we get Harris digging it here to Stiller. Harris taking it back, but right away, Harper said, I
love it.
And there you have some of the play showcasing why he's a second-team All-Star. Michael Harper, the nice block there, surprising the Royals. And now we're going to see a timeout on the Royal side as they've lost this momentum a little bit here. 21-13, still quite the big lead here, though, as I think they're going to try and come out and continue to play the game they've been playing, Connor, and that is success so far and strong defensive play leading to strong offensive opportunities.
Yeah, Nick, they came out the second set fired up, ready to go. They've been on fire so far in the second set.
And they haven't even had to use their biggest player, Rutledge. Rutledge has been a factor, but Bontkes, number 10, has been the bigger factor. And on the year, Rutledge at 196 team points to Bontkes' 152. Quite a little bit of separation there, but today, doesn't matter, it seems. These Royals are coming out strong, and Bontkes is coming through in the clutch for his team.
These rookies, Stellar, Bontkes, they've been unbelievable today so far. This recruiting out of BC is doing them good, isn't it, Nick?
Honestly, and you're definitely seeing why. The Redeemer head coach, Brad Dewey, took that West Division Head Coach of the Year title as well. But now on the other side, we're going to see Watson get it in for the Lords. And here comes Stiller over to Rutledge. A big kill attempt, but a good block there from Polfus and Harper up front. And now here comes Polfus back again, but a nice dig on the other side for Harris. A quick move there. A smart set play. That was quite nifty. A great assist there from Stiller as he got that one quickly to Rutledge, who put it down right away. But we're going to see Bontkes step off here for a little bit, as we're going to see number 5 come on here for the Royals, but a good dig there from Dube as he takes it back. And with that, though, we're going to see the violation on the Lord's side. Story of their day. And on that violation, we're going to now see, actually, no, it will be a point to the Lords. The violation was on the Royal side, actually, and we're going to see Harper now set up for serve here for the Lords. Second team All-Star Harper with the serve up and over. Dug out there from Tolkien to Stiller to Rutledge. But a good dig here on the back line there for Langley. Now over to Polfus, but a big block up front, but Wood coming to save the day here, and back to Polfus, who tries the nifty play instead. But Rutledge was there, and now here Harris tries his own, but Polfus was there. And on the other side, a massive kill there for Dube, and a big point there for the Durham Lords, as they don't want to see this lead stretched any further as they try to bring it back here, now down 7 points late in this second set. But a massive kill there. And now we're going to see Harper set up for serve again. Getting it over as Tolkien digs it to Stiller, over to Harris. But a nice dig on the back line there from Harper. And here comes Dube with a big kill there, as Tolkien wasn't able to corral that one for the Royals. And another big point as the Lords here stringing off a few points in a row at the perfect time.
They need it, Nick. They got to get rolling here.
Yeah, I almost jinxed the Royals, it seemed. I mentioned coming out of the timeouts, they've usually done what they needed to do, but here the Lords having their way. But a good dig from Tolkamp there to Stiller. And now Dyke gonna find his attempt there, dug out on the other side. But we get a free ball here, as now Stiller's gonna get an easy setup to Rutledge. And Rutledge said, thank you. You can't give the Royals that much space and time to set it up when you have that good of a setter in Stiller. And there you have a reason why Stiller is dominating the year. 378 assists on the year, and as a rookie, that's an incredible number considering the team has only 640 on the year, meaning he's got 60% of his team's assists on the year. But Dube digging that out on the other side. DeBoer with some big defense. Oh, Rutledge with some better defense. And on the other side, now Stiller digging it out on the other end too for his team. These Royals playing in tough against these Lords. Langley, though, sets that one up, and a big point there for Watson. Langley to Watson on that one for the Lords, and they needed that one again. They need every single point they can get here as we're in crunch time in this second set. They don't want to go down to the Redeemer Royals 2-0, because that will be a stranglehold to say the least here in this quarterfinal matchup. But Polfus with the serve up and over. Here comes Rutledge. Smart play, but an amazing dig there from Rogers. But a nice dig on the other side from Tolkamp to Stiller and Harris, but we're going to see a good rally here get going. Going to come over to Dube, but a nice dig from Tolkamp as well. Finds Stiller, And they're going to be out of bounds there, though, and it's going to be point over to the Lords on a nice rally there. And again, the Lords still keeping that momentum going, forcing the Redeemer Royals coach here to take another timeout, with the Royals down now just 5, 23-18.
This has been a pretty good comeback, Nick. They're doing it.
Yeah, they're definitely playing like the underdog here, coming back. And maybe they need to start playing like that 16-2 team who's dominated the East Division all year, because they definitely, I think, were surprised, to say the least, by the strong play of the Royals early on in these first couple of sets.
The Redeemers came out fire lit. They've been ready to go.
Yeah, you definitely can see this team has a lot of camaraderie around it, and I think it has to be a testament again to the 7th-year head coach in Brad Dube. He seems to really know how to bring his team together, and he has a bit of a smaller team as well too, with only a couple of assistant head coaches, whereas if you look on the other side, the Lords have the whole kit and caboodle with them. A coach, 2 assistant coaches, a manager. They even got some extra help as well too there to come along during their visiting games. But doesn't seem to be helping too much here in this second set, as we're going to get Harris put that one, but a good defensive play there from number 13, Langley. Back on the other side, Rutledge getting it over, but a good dig from Polfus. We're going to see it set up for Dube, but Dube put that volley pretty much right into the ground. You could tell what he was going for. He was trying to trick the other team there and to volley it to the opposite side of the court, but he mishit that one, and with that air, we're going to now see a big point here coming up for Morgan Rutledge on the Royal side. Set point here on this serve. Big serve here, Dube digging it out. Langley gets it back to Dube here, but a nice dig from Tolkien, but not going to work out in the favor of the Royals. And on that set point, we're going to see it go over to the Lords here. And with that big loss of serve here now, we're going to see Dube set up for serve on the Lords side. But still set point here at 24-19 for the Royals. Dug out there by Dyke, and a massive kill there. Stiller said, here you go, take this to Bower and finish it, and that he did. 25-19. The score doesn't reflect the domination that the Redeemer Royals put out here in this second set, but we should commend the Lords for bringing it back a bit in that late second set. But now these Redeemer Royals have a stranglehold here, up 2-0. Coming into this third set, we could see quite the big win, to say the least, here for the Redeemer Royals.
Coming into this game, the underdog, Nick, up 2-0. They're looking good.
Yeah, if I'm the coach on the Redeemer side, I'm saying don't change anything. Keep playing the way you're playing, and we're going to be walking out of this gym winners, guys. And now on the other side, if you're Coach Matsuzaki, what are you trying to tell your team, Connor?
You got to get those big bodies up front. They haven't quite been getting the ball with the power that this team possesses. They really gotta get these kills going quick, Nick. They gotta come out strong, set the pace.
That's a great point. You mentioned the blocks. They're usually a much stronger team up front, especially with the height that they have. But yeah, this young Royals team coming out here using that youth, I think, to their advantage. But we're going to check out some of the highlights from this last set here, Connor, and maybe we can pinpoint where exactly these Lords went wrong. You know what? I think that's it right there. Too many blocks.
You've only really been seeing Polfus putting this ball.
Yeah, that's a good point. And we mentioned we needed him to step up if you're a Lords fan for that second set. And he did step up a little bit more, but it seems you're going to need a bit more here on the other side. Is I think big 17 Wood there is going to be that X factor in this third set, where you're going to see the big set point here to finish. De Boer getting amped up
Fired
here.
up, I love it.
A Wolverine scream on that one, it seemed.
Again, Nick, we haven't seen much of Erik Janssen here for the Lords. With 127 kills on the season, surprising that he hasn't been doing anything today.
Very surprising, you're right, Connor, to say the least. And he's also usually one of the stronger players for digs. Very consistent as well, too, with blocks. Top 7 on the team for blocks. So he hasn't been able to take that consistent play on the court here, but he will be starting this third set here along with Wood. We're going to see also
Dube,
number 2, Polfus, of course.
Dube's been having a great game today. He's really stepped up.
Dube did start very strong, and Dube's one of those players as well, too, that's actually only managed to get into 9 matches all year. Not sure whether that would be due to injury or maybe potentially due to the fact that he's only started maybe in this second semester here. Either way, he is a big player for them, though, as he does average 3.3 points a set, and he's got a lot of blocks to go as well, too. But the big thing for him is digs as well. Per set, he's getting over a dig, which again is something you need defensively, especially when these Royals have come out and shown they really have a lot of that offensive firepower going.
And we haven't touched on it yet, Nick. John Pham, number 6 here for the Lords, 120 digs on the season, actually second for assists with 599.
Yeah, he's got an incredible number, 599 assists, and the team has 696. He actually has 86% of his team's total assists. And I think we did touch upon it a little bit, though, that both of these teams have great setters, and that could be what dictates play today. And I think you found it, Connor. I think we're going to need Josh Pham, if you're a Lords fan, to step up here and really start setting up some easy points here for his team. But hey, what's going to make it really easy is if the other team serves it into the net.
That always helps, Nick.
And with that quick loss of serve here, we're going to see Dube set up for the Lords on the other side. And we got Dube, Pham, Polfis, and we got Janssen out there with Harper. And we got Watson. But there's Rutledge now getting it over here. Pham going to be setting it up. And as mentioned, Pham not setting it up too well there for Dube.
Good starting 6 here, though, for the Lords.
And a great dig from Pham down there, as you touched upon, Connor there. Doesn't have 120 in the regular season for no reason. And with that great dig from Pham back the other way, we're going to see now an attempt from Bontkes go out of bounds. And we're going to see Durham jump out to a quick lead here in this third set. Very similar to what the Royals have done in the first couple.
I'm feeling confident for the Lords this set.
But a good serve from Dube as he forces Tolkamp to dig it out. High flying number 12 there. But on the other side here now we see Watson just able to sneak that one in, getting enough of an arm action for the angle on that, and squeezes that one in on the end line. But now Dube with the serve up. Dug out there from Tolkamp comes to Rutledge. A little too high for Rutledge, but Pham able to dig it on the other side as we get it to Watson. But we're going to see the violation, and it's going to be a violation on the Royals, on number 12 actually. Jeff Ikian-Yanwu. Sorry for the tough enunciation on that one. And with the violation on that, we're going to see go back to the Lords, and on the other way, Ikian-Yanwu says, don't worry guys, I'll make it up real quick here. Number 12, Ikian-Yanwu with a big point there. And Ikian-Yanwu, the second-year player out of Toronto, one of the taller players at 6'5" for the Royals here. But Polfis digs that out to Pham, back to Dube, but a nice dig on the other side. But we're going to see the violation again on the Royals side. What was the story of the second set? What was the story of the second set here for the Lords seems to have leaked now to the Royals. We're going to do a quick replay here, I believe, of that last big point. You'll see it set up here. Nice dig attempt, but they weren't able to corral it all as they got it back here. But now on the other side, though, we're going to see Durham Lords sneak that point in again. And with that loss of serve here, we're going to see a timeout for the Royals, as the Durham Lords here have a big 6-1 lead here to start off this third set early on. Flipping the script here, it seems, Connor, from what the Royals were doing in that second set.
Yeah, they came out ready to play. I said it, Nick. I got confidence in them.
You know what? Yeah, maybe I'm the jinxer and you're the promoter. But we'll have to see coming out of this timeout if these Redeemer Royals can get back to playing the game that got them up 2-0. And in my opinion, that game is consistency. But again, on the other side, though, these Durham Lords coming in hot, as we touched upon, 9-1 in their last 10 games, which is quite the incredible stat. But we're going to see here the Lords coach Matsuzaki really trying to dig into his team, I think, and get them to understand you got a chance here, guys. The crack, the door is open slightly. Let's get our whole body in here and try and take this third set. But you know, Matsuzaki probably a little disappointed early on here with his team, maybe even a little surprised when you've dominated as he has, 16-2 on the year. don't think you're anticipating a 12-6 team to come and blow you out like they did in these first 2 sets. But Bontkes with a nice dig there on the Lord's serve. And Rutledge with a nice nifty play. Rutledge has actually been very efficient on those so far. Instead of forcing it like we've seen on the Lord's side, excuse me, he's been content with finding the court instead. And it's worked out for the Royals, and we'll see if they can find some momentum here in this third set as we get Ike Yabu with the serve there. And a big block there up front by Rutledge. Got himself a little excited there as he blocked it twice in a row. But a nice play on that one for Watson as he just lobbed it over the 3 defenders there on the Royal side. And a big point here for the Lords as they're going to snag service game back here again. And we're going to see Erik Janssen set up for serve.
Janssen, a big player here for the Royals, or on the Lords, sorry, as we touched on a little earlier.
He could be that X factor in this third set.
He's going to come out hot.
He threw that ball about 30 feet in the air too. One of the highest setters or attempts I've seen so far. But we get a good rally back and forth here, and Janssen going to get it to Pham. Pham going to set it up, but Pham digging that out. Not going to work in their favor. Harrison Wood going to be very frustrated, number 17 up front. He had everything he needed to get that one down. But a big block there on the Royal side. And with that, now the Royals going to take service game back here, and we're going to see Rutledge set it up here. And Rutledge going to get it up and over. Rutledge, another one of those players with a very high serve. But now Watson going to get it, but a big point there as Bontkes wasn't able to corral that dig. And with that deflection out of bounds, a big point here for the Lords as they've been able to stifle the Royals' any attempt at momentum here in this third set. And now we're going to see Watson set up for serve here. Gets it over as Bontkes digs that out. And De Boer with a big one, but Polfus tries to dig it out himself. Not going to be able to successfully though. And with that, now some back and forth play here as the Royals take service game back, and we're going to see Harris set up for serve. And even on the miss hit there from De Boer, it does work out in their favor. De Boer was the player who threw down that massive spike to win the second set for the Royals. But a big serve here from Harris, dug out from Dube on the other side, gets it to Pham, back to Dube. A massive block here, and going to be another big point for the Royals, as Polfus did get his body on that, but the deflection went into about the 3rd row there, and Harris now going to set up for his 2nd serve in a row as he tries to find some consecutive success on his service game here to dig back into this 8-5 lead here that the Lords have built up, which they've done quite well here. A little 4-1 streak going for the Royals, and going to continue that, a 5-1 streak here, as it was 7-1 at one point here early on in this third set. We now see it at 8-6 here for the Durham Lords. Harris now setting up for his 3rd straight serve here. Harris gets it up, dug by Polfus to Pham, getting it over to Dube, but Harris digging it out on the other side. But Wood saying, you know what, I don't want anyone to set this one up. I'm just going to put it down. And finding more success, you can see some frustration, maybe even relief on his face there a little bit as he did get that point. And he's now going to set it up for serve here with a slim 9-6 lead here now. Wood with a big serve there as it's going to get dug out now on the other side again by Watson. Here comes Watson, high flying. Almost worked there, but luckily Bontkes and De Boer worked together on that one, and a big block there. They're going to say the point went there, as they're going to say it did touch the ground just barely there. And a big, massive block there up front from Bontkes and Stiller. Stiller and Bontkes, the rookie BC connection.
The rookies, the rookies, the rookies. It's been the story of the day so far, Nick.
But now here comes De Boer with a big serve up and over. And there you have it. You're going to need a lot more of that from the 2nd team All-Star Michael Harper. Harper has definitely been a bit of a ghost here today, to say the least, but there's still time for him to come out strong. And now these Lords have a 10-7 lead as Pham gets it up and over on serve. Harris digs it out, a free ball up there, and Stiller, 1 versus 2, still able to force that one down as he put it through Harper and Dube. As Harper looking over to his coach there, a little perplexed, shaking his head a bit. And I know if I'm the coach, I'm asking, how did you get beat 2-on-1? But now 10-8 here for the Lords, as they still have a slim lead here. As number 2, Ruben Middle, set that serve up, but high-flying Dube able to get up there. And we're going to see the violation on the Royal side. Dube was, I think, almost expecting it to go against him there.
He looks surprised.
But a big point for him there, as he's been able to settle down a little bit and find his way through some of those early errors. But now Bontkes setting it up as he gets it to Middle, and Middle does get it over there to Rutledge. But on the other side, Pham with a quick one to Harper, but an amazing dig from Tolkamp there. And now Polf is going to set it up here for Janssen, but a nice dig on the back line there from Middle. It comes back over to Rutledge as we get a good rally here. Pham went through his arms there, but going to get saved here from his team. Harper did get it over, but here's the setup. A massive kill down there for Ikianyawu. Goodness gracious. He took that setup from Ruben Middle and put it down. We got to double check that one again. Jeff Ikianyawu, the second-year player out of Toronto, as you'll see the setup there. Put it through Polfus on that one. But on the other side here, we're going to see success right back there for the Lords, as you're going to see Harper high-flying there for a big kill. Not something he's done enough of today here, but there's still time. And with that big kill there for Harper, he's going to get set up for serve here for the Durham Lords. Harper with the serve up and over, dugout from Tolkamp to Middle, over to Rutledge, got a massive block up front there from Andrew Watson. And that could be exactly what the Durham Lords need here to keep this momentum going and maybe even stretch this lead out even further. 13-9 lead here now, as we're going to see Harper set up for his second service in this service game, finding some success here. Harper, the only all-star here actually on the Durham Lords team. And as per usual, a nice solid jinx there from myself. And we'll find the unforced error there against Harper. And with that loss of serve, we're going to see it set up now here on the Lords side, on the Royal side. But first, we're going to substitution as the Bower is going to come out, and we're going to get number 13, Zach Burke, the fourth-year player from North Bay, in for the first time today. But Ikianyawu setting up for serve here now for the Royals.
This guy's got power.
Definitely has hops, to say the least. But here on the other side, Watson says, I got power and hops too. A big kill there for Andrew Watson. Watson, part of the consistent killers here for the Lords. As we touched upon, 4 players over 100 kills on the year. Watson being one of them at 105. But now Janssen here setting it up for serve, 14-10.
He throws that ball up there, eh?
He may hit the roof here today. But not going to matter there, as it's going to be out of bounds on the Royals. And Janssen's going to get to set up for serve again here. And we're going to see another timeout on the Royal side, as they did bring it back a little bit. 15-10, but a couple quick points there for the Durham Lords. Are going to see them now with an opportunity to stretch this lead even further here in this very important third set. But the Lords starting to finally play like the 16-2 team, eh, Connor?
Yeah, they're pulling through here, Nick. Like we said, Janssen's been he's got a lot of playing time so far in this third set, so maybe that's the difference.
He definitely has finally come to play, it seems. And again, when you're the top 3 or the third top scorer on your team, that's a pretty big gaping hole if you're missing. And he was not technically missing, but his play definitely was there in that first couple of sets.
Slacking a little bit at the beginning there, Nick, but looks like he's got it together here.
One thing I don't think we mentioned initially here, but we should touch upon that. This is a big tournament, the OCAAs. After this, the winners do go on to the CCAAs for, of course, the Canadian Collegiate Athletic Association Championships. And so maybe we have some nerves actually coming out a little bit early on from some of these teams.
That's true, Nick, that's true.
But we're going to see Janssen now kick it back in here for serve for the Lords with that incredible height on his serve. But dug out from Harris to Middle, back to Harris, and a big kill here. Exactly what the Redeemer Royals needed coming out of that timeout. But number 7, Mitchell Harris, thank you very much. Top 3 on his team in kills as well at 101 on the year. But Rutledge now with a massive serve attempt, but going to be out of bounds by quite a lot there. And we're going to see a quick substitution on the other side as we're going to see Rory Langley jump in quickly here for Watson. Andrew Watson has been doing very well so far here. One of the better players, I would say, on the Lord's side. Consistent, at least. But now we're going to see Langley with the serve up and over here for the Lords. A weak dig from Harris, but going to get saved from middle, but not going to matter as Wood with a big block up the middle there. Coming through for his team there, putting that one right back down into the Royals court. Now these Lords have a 17-11 lead here. Harris there, a big one, but a nice dig on the back line from Janssen as he does get it to Langley over to Pham, who's just going to have to put it over. Now on the other side, Rutledge. Harris there, but a beautiful dig on the back line, and it's going to result in the point. Janssen coming through again, almost as if he's hearing Connor over here and saying, okay, I'll be that X factor then. But a big point there and a 18-11 lead here now in this third set. Langley up for his third straight serve. Middle though getting it over. A nice kill attempt there from the Royals as we're going to try again. And a massive dig. Oh my goodness, that was in the stands and they were still able to get that one Polfus. Now back on the other side, middle to Harris, and Wood says, I don't want your niftiness, I don't want your finesse, let's get some power going. And he is amped up to say the least
boys
here.
Are getting wild up, Nick.
And that's what you want to see.
As they should.
That's what you want to see if you're the coach. Wood on the last few of those plays seemed to almost second guess whether or not he deserved the point. On that one, you know he thought he was the killer there. But on the other side now, we're going to see a quick point right back actually for Zach Burke. As mentioned, the fourth-year player out of North Bay. A big point there as he put that one right through Wood. And now the serve up and over here for Sean Bruce. And oh, goodness gracious. Wood hung in the air for about 4 seconds there. Not going to matter in the end, but somehow they got to use that hops to his advantage. He has hang time, to say the least, Connor.
He gets up there. He
But
looks
now,
more like a basketball player than a volleyball player to
I
me.
wouldn't be surprised if he is on the Lords basketball team with the hops he has.
Look at him.
But on the other side, Dube with a big kill, but a big block though, and you're going to see another big block here from Bontkes on Wood. And now they're going to come to the other side for Dube with the finesse instead, but an amazing dig from Rutledge. Just out of bounds there though.
Smart play by Dube now to touch that ball.
He definitely had the light bulb click on there, and thankfully for his team, did let that one go. And on the other side though, you have to commend the Redeemer Royals for some beautiful digs on that one. But we're going to see Wood step off here quickly. And we're going to see number 14 here, Braden Rogers, step up on serve here for the Lords. Up 20-13 now. A miss hit on that one, but still going to work out as Pham going to get it over to Langley. And that one, Langley getting it right through Burke there, number 13, not able to corral that one for the Royals.
What a dig by Janssen on that play.
Yeah, Janssen with a beautiful play on that one, and that's, in my opinion, why this team is up 21-13, but an unforced error there from Rogers, serving it into the net. Loss of serve here for the Lords, and we're now going to see the point go over to the Royals, and we're going to see number 13, Burke, set up for serve as well. But this third set coming down to the wire a little bit here as the Lords up 21-14. But you know these Royals can string off a few points in a row quite easily here. Burke gets it over as it's dug out on the other side now. But Dube with a massive kill attempt there, but a good block from middle and Ekenyawu. And on the other side, you got a good one there from Langley on Bontkes' attempt. And on the other side, you got Rutledge, but another nice dig from Polkes. Somehow they're going to get this one back over. My goodness.
Unbelievable save.
Dube was on the other side of the court there and in the stands, and with that violation, it's gonna go actually to the Royals. As you can hear, I was getting excited to give that point to the Lords there though, Connor.
That's unfortunate. That would have been something else. That was special.
That was an incredible dig out of the third row on the Royals side. And on that one here, now we're gonna see Burke though get it over. Dube setting it up, and a big kill there up the middle from Harper. Gonna need more of that, but a nice dig from the other side for the Royals. Here comes Dube again. And somehow, are they going to get it over? No, but
that was close.
Some good play there from middle Rutledge, and Bontkes almost able to get that one over, but just a little short there. And with that, now the Durham Lords here just a couple of points away from snagging this third set. Pham getting it up and over, going to be out of bounds quite easily there though. An obvious decision there from the Royals to let that one go. And now they're down 6 here, 22-16. And Ruben Middle going to set up for serve here. Middle gets it over, a nice and easy one as Polfus digs it out for Pham. Over to Dube, and a huge kill there. Oh, goodness, Pham.
Had some power on that one, didn't he, Nick?
Pham put it up nice and easy, letting Dube really get that one at the top, the apex of his flight there, of his jump, and it worked out perfectly as he put that one through a couple of Royals. Now just a couple points away here from taking this third set. Dube getting the serve up and over for the Lords. Dug out from Tolkien, over to Bontkes, but not going to work in the favor of the Lords there. Bontkes using the deflection, going out of bounds, and now Bontkes going to set up for serve here on the other side for the Royals. Crunch time here for the Royals if you want to take this third set. Bontkes getting it up over. It's dug by Polfus to Pham. Over to Watson, and Watson with a massive kill, putting that one through Bontkes. Definitely going to have to check that one again, Connor. Bontkes is a rookie play coming through, inexperience, I think, coming through a little bit here on this one, as he just wasn't able to get down low enough. But we, of course, have to commend the Lords with a big kill there. And now we have Harper here on set point. Bontkes with a much better dig out there. Some miscommunication. Rutledge forced to just put it over as Pham's going to get it to Wood, as he's going to find Harper here. Harper with a bad angle on that one, and it's going to be out of bounds. And the Royals aren't done just yet here in this third set. They have some life still, but they are in tough. Down 6 points here, 24-18, as we're going to get Ekianyawu setting up for serve here. Ekianyawu gets it up and over as Polson digs it out here to Pham. And now a smart play there from Watson, but they saw that all the way on the Royal side. And Watson going to get that one down much more successfully through the wall of Rutledge and Burke there. And with that, a big kill and a big point there for the Durham Lords, as they aren't done just yet here, stopping the momentum of the Redeemer Royals there, taking that third set, 25-18, now down 1-2 here, or 2-1. And that was a big one, though.
That was a good set for the Lords, Nick. They look good there.
They look like the 16-2, number 2 ranked team in the East Division. And the one thing, too, that I want to mention as well in that last set is the Redeemer Royals could not stop some big players there on the other side. Polfus finally coming through a little more, but the one thing you touched upon early on, Erik Janssen, number 12.
He came through that set. I've been waiting for it. He did it. Now, Nick, how do you feel going into this fourth set?
Honestly, this one is make or break, and not just simply because, obviously, if you're a Durham Lords fan, they lose this one, you're done. This one's make or break, in my opinion, for the Royals, because if the Lords take this one, it's a whole new ball game going into that fifth set. As we're going to check some highlights here from that last one, though. Those Durham Lords finally playing like the number 9 nationally ranked team they are. But you'll see a big kill there from Ekianyawu. And Ekianyawu, number 12, didn't find too much court in the first set, but coming through big there for the Royals in the second set a little bit. Still here, not enough, though, to stop these Lords team. But you can see the Lords scrambling a little more, I think, that set, which eventually, I think, led to them getting a bit more active. And, of course, number 17, Wood, on that last one. High flying.
Wood also had a great set.
And then right there, you'll see Watson on that last play, number 11, one of those players that stepped up huge in that second set for his team. But now coming into this fourth set here, potentially a final set, or we could see a whole new ball game, as mentioned here, if these Lords can come back.
I think the Lords can do it.
And tie it up here 2-2.
This Redeemer team, they've never been this far with some of these rookies, you know? They don't know what to expect coming into a fourth set of a elimination game.
No, you have a great point there, Connor. It's true, and that's exactly what this is. Technically not an elimination in the sense where you won't get to play anymore, but you and me can talk mono a mono, elimination in the sense that you won't have a chance at the gold medal, which is why most of these teams, I would hope, are here to play. They want to take that #1 spot, and they want to launch themselves into that CCAA tournament and showcase
chance to represent Ontario.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right? And Ontario does very well at the CCAAs, and as you can tell in the national rankings, we actually have 3 teams in there. Of course, Fanshawe leading the way at #1. You have Mohawk in there at #5, and Durham at #9. So you know it's a tough OCAA conference, and that's why, as you mentioned, Connor, you got to show face for Ontario, especially when it comes to coming up to those national championships. But we still got our provincial OCAAs here, and we got these Redeemer Royals in tough a little bit here. They are up 2-1 though against these Durham Lords, but the momentum clearly in the court of the Lords here after that big 3rd set win. But Pham with the serve up and over, going to come back over to Bontkes. Bontkes going to see his attempt dug out by Dube. And Dube now back the other way, as we're going to see a good rally to start it here, but a nice quick attempt there. Stiller to Dyke. Maybe something we need to see a little more of here in this 4th set here for the Royals.
That's what Redeemer needs, Nick. They cannot give these guys any breathing room if they want to take it here.
No, they need to do what they did in those first couple of sets. Come out and take the first few points handedly and take that momentum. But here you're going to get Janssen say, I want the momentum instead.
How old do you think Janssen is?
I'll put him at 25, maybe 24. He definitely looks a little older, but you can tell.
Especially next to this Redeemer team.
You know what? Maybe that's why in comparison, the younger Redeemer team for sure, but Janssen definitely using his height and size there on the last one, but not going to matter here as a big point there for Bontkes. Rutledge was the excited one there, though, screaming to the Raptors.
Fired up.
Which is exactly what you need from your best player. And now Bontkes setting up for serve. Going to be dug out from Watson, getting it back here to Dube, and we're going to see the deflection on the block attempt there, as it did go out of bounds, but with that deflection off the Royals player, Dube with the point, and now we're going to see Harper set up for serve here, as we get a little bit of back and forth here early on, tied 2-2 between these Lords and Royals. Harper now up and over, dug out by Bontkes, gets it to Stiller, Stiller over to Rutledge. Good dig on the other side by Pham, as he forces Wood now. Wood with a terrible shot there, but does manage to get that one. But we're going to see actually the violation there, as Watson tried to save that one from pretty much our side.
I thought he had that.
But we're going to see a substitution here now, as we're going to see number 4 De Boer come back on, and we're going to see Tolkamp step off. But Dyke with the serve there as it's dug out from Watson, and De Boer making his presence felt early. But a good dig on the other side from Janssen, and the Lord's just going to be forced to put that over. But here comes Stiller to De Boer. That worked to end the 2nd set, but not there. And a big block there, and they're going to put it down just in bounds. Watson and Wood coming together on that one. Rutledge can tell a little dejected after that, to say the least. But number 12, Janssen here, going to be setting up for serve here now for the Lords.
Jeez, he throws that ball up high.
And it worked to his favor as he forced Tolkamp there to dig that one out ineffectively. Now Pham going to be setting up Watson, and boom, shakalaka. That one was put down, to say the least. He put that one right through the Royals players.
Right out of a cannon.
Ooh. Instead of trying to put it past their hands, he put it right into their bodies there, and that was a big kill there. Watson showcasing why they need to get him the ball more often here in this 4th set. And now another massive serve here from Janssen. Dug out there from Bontkes. Now over to Harris. And Dube going to try and dig it, but not going to be able to successfully, as we're going to see some back and forth play here. Neither team able to find consecutive points off their service game, as it's tied 4-4 here. Let's see if Rutledge now can find some momentum here for his team as he gets the serve up and over. But now here's Pham over to Janssen. Oh, goodness gracious. De Boer and Harris coming together on that one, and De Boer showcasing that height with a big block there. And he doesn't look necessarily the tallest, but he is 6'3". Maybe some surprising height there, it seems, eh, Connor?
A couple inches in his jump.
That's where it comes back. There you go. But now on the other side, we're going to see Watson get the serve up and over. And we're going to see a very rarely called lane violation, sorry, a line violation on that one. And with that, we're going to see loss of serve, actually. And that mistake from Janssen is going to be an error he wishes he could take back. And with that, Harris going to say thank you for the free point. Let's see if we can find some momentum for the Royals. As Pham gets it up, and momentum killer right there, to say the least. Pham to Wood, a big kill there. He hit that spike straight into the ground using his height on that one. And now he's going to set up for serve here. Dug out there from Tolkamp to Stiller. DeBoer finding net instead here. And now on the other side, a good block from Pham to Harper. Back to Pham, and Pham going to find a good spot there. As a couple of the Royals defenders were expecting a little bit more power, but sometimes finesse is exactly what you need.
I love those plays. Those little cheeky.
They surprise the opposing team, that's for sure.
I don't really know what's going on here, Nick. Too.
So what happened actually is there's a bit of a errant ball that flew on the court, and so they had to stop play. And then now they're going to wipe off the actual original ball, so it's a little bit more easy to play with, I guess. We're getting some fast-paced action back and forth here, so a little bit more moisture on that ball, but a big kill attempt there, and a big point as the block attempt is going to go out of bounds on that one. And a massive kill here for the Lords as they're finding that momentum that neither team could early on. But here's Stiller to Bontkes, and they need more of that, but a good dig from Janssen on the other side as Harris digs that one out here. We're going to see a violation now. It's going to be point over to the Royals, actually, as the momentum of the Lords player took him under the net there into the court of the Royals. And that is a big no-no, of course. You have to corral your own body, no matter how high flying you are. Now we see DeBoer set it up and get it over there. Pham going to try another nifty one, but DeBoer came out of nowhere to dig that one out. And now on the other side here, Pham going to get it over to Dube, and Dube with a nifty play, but Dyke saw that one coming a little bit. So we get a good rally here as Poltis gets it over to Dube. Now on the other side, DeBoer just putting it up here for Stiller. Stiller finding the ball. Oh, a nice block there from Harper and Pham. They said, we don't want this, Bontkes, I'm sorry. And Bontkes obliged, it seemed. He's had a hot start to the first couple of sets, but Bontkes, I don't know maybe if it's the fatigue or inexperience, but not able to come through for his team here in this last couple of sets. Pham with the serve up and over, dug out by Harris, over to Stiller, and here comes Bontkes with another attempt, but an amazing dig from Pham for the Lords, over to Dube, and a beautiful kill there, putting it through Rutledge. These Lords finding the momentum and keeping this momentum in this fourth set. But we're going to see Stiller, the Rookie of the Year All-Star, the Rookie All-Star step off here, and we're going to see Middle come back on here. Ruben Middle, a second-year player from Lethbridge, second on the team in assists. And we're going to see him try it right here, and it's almost going to work as he got it to Dyke, but a good dig there on the back line by Poltis, but we're going to see a violation on the Lords, and a big point here for the Royals. Now 10-7, they need to find some momentum. If you're a Royals fan, now or never. And if you're a Lords fan, say, let's get this lead bigger. But here comes Middle up and over. A good dig from Dube as he gets it to Pham. Back to Dube. A nice dig from Harris, though, on the other side. But we're going to get the net violation as Middle was forced to hit the net on that one. He had literally no choice. It was either let it go to the ground or try. But an easy call for the referees on that one now, as we're going to see Dube set up for serve again. Let's see if Middle can set this up to Bontkes, and there you go. Bontkes needs a lot more success like that in this fourth set. And you can even see as he's running back here for serve, the fatigue showing on his face and showing in that run. But was able to get that last point down here for the Royals and stop this momentum a little bit. Pham with a terrible pass there, but an adjustment from Watson able to save it. Now on the other side, Rutledge going to take a much better pass from Middle as, holy moly, the players. Watson goes flying through everything there. Going to take a second here to make sure everyone's okay on that one.
I like that determination though, Nick.
Honestly, nothing was going to stop him from trying to get that one. He took down his own sign there. There goes the Lords logo. And there goes the backdrop. But sometimes the body doesn't matter if you can get the ball.
That's true.
But Watson here with the put up, but a good block there on Janssen from Harris. And now on the other side, here comes Watson, and Watson with a lot more success on that one. I'm sure he's going to appreciate that nice pass there from Pham, and with a big kill there. Now the Lords taking the service game back as we see Harper set it up on the end line. And Harper now gets the serve up and over here. Bontkes digs that out, but a big block here as middle goes flying to the ground. But a nifty play there from Harris just to get it over. And now on the other side, a big block there from Dyke and Harris up front. Pham going to be setting up Dube, and another big block up front from Dyke and Harris. You can almost hear their yelling. They are amped up, to say the least. But when you have a couple of big blocks in a row like that and get the point, you have to ride that wave of momentum. And let's see if they can do just that here as we get Travis Dyke setting up for serve here. Dyke gets it up for the Royals, dug out by Dube to Pham, and a nifty play. Your favorite right there, Connor. And honestly, when you have the hang time that Harrison Wood has, you can afford to pick and choose where you're going to put the ball while you chill out in the air there for a couple of seconds.
Talk about hang time. Look at Janssen's serve on this one, Nick.
Oh, yeah, that ball's in the air for a good 4 seconds.
Unbelievable.
Good dig there from Tolkamp on the other side, though. And a big block attempt here as they are going to corral it for the Lords. And now on the other side, Watson, but a nice block and a good dig there from Bontkes. And now Harris forced to just put it over. But now here goes Pham to Wood, and a Pham-Wood connection coming through again here for the Durham Lords. And a big point here again, these Durham Lords able to maintain this lead, and we're going to see now the Redeemer Royals coach take a timeout, and a big timeout here in this fourth set, as this lead could potentially get a little out of hand here if you're a Redeemer Royals fan. And if you're a Durham Lords fan, as we touched upon, they just got to keep playing their game. They're finally showcasing that number 9th ranked skill that they have. So what do you think they can do here, Connor, coming out of this timeout to really finish this set strong and to make this a whole new ball game going into the 5th set?
You know, they just got to keep playing like they're playing. This last set and a half now, they've been getting that ball up, getting that power going. You see Janssen really step up. You know, the boys have been doing quite good. Dube has been really getting that power going. And Wood has been pretty spectacular this last set with that hang time, as you mentioned. Pick and choose his spots. It's been quite impressive.
Definitely, I think you mentioned the right player there, Andrew Dube. We touched upon it at the start. He's only gotten into 9 matches on the year, but he's still managed to almost touch the triple-digit total points plateau with 90 points in 9 matches.
His power is unbelievable, unmatched.
And we've seen it here today. He definitely has a great ability to match not only the finesse, but also that power. And we also have to say maybe he's teaching Wood a little bit something, because Wood's gone away from that pure power game and tried to find a bit more finesse for the open court points as well. But another massive serve to start out this point here coming out of the timeout. An amazing dig there
good try
from Bontkes as it went into the stands. Harris almost got that back for middle. So good try, as you said, Connor, but out of bounds there. And now the point over to the Lords, as we're going to see Janssen set up for serve again here. The Lords with one of their bigger leads here in this 4th set, now at 15-10. Janssen with another big serve, but finally, if you're a Royals fan, saying there's that air you usually see a little more often on those massive jump serves.
See if Redeemer can get it going here.
Now we're going to see on the other side Rutledge with his own massive serve, and it's going to be beautifully dug out from Polfus and set up from Pham to Wood for a massive kill there. And that's been the story of these last couple of sets. Wood and Dube getting up there for their team and putting it down, and we got to check that one again. I wish I could jump as high as these guys. And they're going to check it here. Holy goodness. His numbers are above the net on that one. A big kill there from Harrison Wood, the 2nd-year player out of Uxbridge. But now Langley with the serve up and over as Harris digs it out. We're going to try a massive kill themselves from DeBoer, but Wood coming through with the block as well. These Lords are amped up, to say the least.
I said it, Nick. If the Lords pull this one, there's no way they're getting stopped in the 5th.
Well, we're going to see Bontkes come out as well. Bontkes looking a little dejected there as Langley setting up for serve here on the other side for the Lords. Harris digging it over to middle, going to get it over to Rutledge. Rutledge going to get extremely lucky as about 4 Lords players were diving to dig that one out, but as it deflected off the net, it's going to find the open court for a big point there. And now we're going to see Harris set up for serve here, as they're going to need to try and dig into this momentum. And they're going to do just that, as Polfus not able to corral that dig for the Lords. And if you're the Lords, you really need to stop this next serve and keep playing the game that has gotten you up in this 4th set and close to tying this game up. But Harris now with another big serve up and over, dug out by Dube to Pham. They're going to come back to Dube, but a big block up front from DeBoer in middle. But Pham setting it up for Wood, and this time you can't stop it. Wood put that one through DeBoer and Dyke up front. And I don't know how many times I can get excited for Harrison Wood here, Connor, but he has been just dominating this last set.
The power, the hops, everything. The looks, the kid's got the whole package.
As you touched upon, he definitely looks like a power forward.
He does. He looks like a basketball player.
But Langley with the serve up and over here. Middle going to get it over to DeBoer. A good dig on the back line there. But now on the other side, we're going to get a good rally as Langley digs that one out. On the other side, Harris going to dig it to middle. Middle over. And a nice kill attempt there from number 5, Bruce, but not going to work. But Bruce going to set it up the other side here. But Rutledge just going to be forced to put it over as Pham now looking to set up Janssen, and he does just that. A massive kill there. And Pham coming through for his team the way he needs to, because when you have 84% or 86% of your team assist, you have to be that facilitator. You have to get them easy sets, and that's exactly what he's been able to do here in these last couple of sets. And we've seen that momentum shift heavily now to the Lords, up 19-13 here. We're just going to wipe up the court a little bit quickly there. A little bit of moisture, in case you were wondering why we had a bit of a break there. But now we're going to see number 14 here. Rogers set up for serve. One of those 6 players from Uxbridge. But Tolkien's going to dig it out here to middle, and a massive kill, but somehow Langley digs that out. And Dube just going to put it over, and it's going to work as DeBoer deflects off him, hits Bruce's head, and goes down on the Royals court. A big point here, and a couple of laughs from the Lords side, as they knew they may have got a little lucky there. You don't find too many points going off the opponent's head, that's for sure. But now Rogers with another one, and another big wall up front, as Harper said, DeBoer. They're going to try again, and this time the finesse is going to work for Sean Bruce. A big point there. And Bruce, the 4th-year player out of London, finding some court time here in this 4th set and making good use of it. But we're going to see a couple of substitutions here, as we're going to see number 6, Wes Shilstra, come on, the 2nd-year player from Smithville, come on for DeBoer. And we're going to see Zach Burke come back on as well, too, here, the 4th-year player from North Bay. And on the other side, you're going to see Janssen jump back on as well. Another quick little wipe up of moisture here, in case you're wondering. It's that intense here, Connor. Sweat all over the place.
Nick, blood, sweat, and tears.
You nailed it. That's what it takes to win these OCAAs. Blood, sweat, and tears. But Shilstra getting a little antsy on the end line. Now he's going to be serving it over here to the Lords, as they got Pham. But on the back line, you're going to see Langley dig it out to Pham. Gets it to Harper, but a nice dig from Harris. But we're going to see a violation on the Royal side, actually. It looked like it was on Burke. And with that violation, going to be a big point over here to Durham, as they have now a 21-14 lead here in this 4th set. Tolkien comes back on as Pham serves it over. Middle, we're going to set it up here on the other side for Bruce. And Bruce using the finesse again, but somehow Pham dug that out. But it's going to be one too many hits there, and it's going to be point over to the Royals. Pham truly utilizing...
That was a beautiful dig.
Utilizing the hand flat there, as he dove his flat hand towards the ball, able to just... That's got to be fingernails there on that last one. But not going to matter anyways, though, as Middle going to set it up for serve, gets it over here. But here comes Janssen, but a good dig from Tolkamp. An even better save from middle. Gonna force Harris to put that one over. Dube to Pham, back to Dube. And somehow Harris digs that out on the back line to middle. Bruce just gonna force that one over. Now on the other side, here comes Langley. They're gonna try the other side, but another big dig here from Tolkamp. And here comes Harris with some finesse. Dube digs that out to Pham, and here comes another one for Janssen.
Oh, I love
and
it.
It's just gonna work barely as he finesses that one over.
That was a good
Bruce.
rally.
Very exciting back and forth here, and a big point again as they stretch this lead now to 7 in this fourth set. And we're gonna see big Watson come back on here as well too for Langley. Watson, one of those X factors from these last couple of sets that's helped sway this momentum for the Lords' way. And oh goodness gracious, if you're a Royals fan, that's gotta eat at you. But if you're a Lords fan, that's gotta be exciting. Just a couple points away here on that service ace now from taking this fourth set. The Durham Lords up 23-15 here.
This is the team I've been waiting for. This is the team.
They've definitely started to play like they know they can, and we're going to check some quick replay there on that last play. As we're going to see it put over, and you can see it.
Just makes it.
A bit of an excuse me there. We touched upon it in the Fanshawe game, or earlier in this game, sorry. Normally, if this was a tennis match, you'd come to the net and apologize on that one. But this one, with how close it is, you know they're going to take any point they can get on the Lord's side. And again, a big one there is now they're just 2 points away here from taking this fourth set, up 23-15. You can see there in the Royals bench, that coach looking a little more frazzled, I would say,
oh, yeah,
than
first
earlier.
set for sure.
And you can see some of their more veteran players like Travis Dyke, the fifth-year player from Cambridge, trying to get his team amped up here as they come out of that huddle. Not as much life as we've seen. Let's see if that will dictate play here coming out of this timeout. And then vice versa on the other side. You can see a lot of high fives, some handshakes coming out of the Lords timeout. And pretty obvious when you're coming out of the timeout as the team that has been winning, all you know you have to do is just keep going.
If it's not broken, don't fix it, right?
Exactly, but Dube now gets it over. Middle going to set it up. An amazing dig from Pham there on the back end. And it's going to be a mistake from Burke, but Burke used his head and it worked out somehow. But Pham now going to set it up for Janssen. But a great dig from middle, but not going to work. Out of bounds there. That was almost a broken play a couple of times, but each team able to scramble on that one. But a big point there now for the Durham Lords as they're sitting on set point here. And here comes Andrew Dube as it's dug out by Harris to middle. And a nice dig there, and it's going to drop, but no, middle comes out of nowhere for that one. Tolkamp over now to Rutledge, but Rutledge with the miss hit there. And that's going to be the story of the fourth set here for the Royals. And now 25-15, a big double-digit set point for the Durham Lords, and we have a whole new ball game here, Connor. It's tied 2-2 going into this fifth deciding set.
Deemer's going to have a tough time beating the Lords here in the fifth. They are on fire.
I honestly don't think you can come out of losing the last two sets unless they can come out strong with a few points right away. I think we could be looking at these Durham Lords doing what their coach, Matt Suzaki, was dreaming about before this game started in those first two sets.
It's going to be a good set, that's for sure. These rookies over here on the Redeemer team, if they can play like they played those first two sets, they definitely have a great chance of winning.
Well, we're going to recheck that last set as well too here, but before we get into that, Connor, or while we're checking it out, who's going to be your clutch player in this last set for the Durham Lords?
For the Lords, I want to say Janssen, but Woods has been on fire lately. He's going to be a big one at Dube. I think he's going to come in clutch with some power.
Well, speaking of Dube and Wood, there you have him with some big plays right there. Coming through in the clutch. Speaking of Dube on the back line there.
We haven't really touched on his hairstyle much lately. You know, I like that. Going for the slick back.
Little headband style, but there you go on that one. Rutledge thought he had it, but some good defensive play from Watson, a big block, and now on the other side there, Pham was going to be setting up a nifty play there. But on the other side, my clutch player here coming into this final set for the Royals has to be Rutledge. Rutledge has not come to play the way he normally has, and he is an all-star, as we mentioned. So I'm a little surprised myself, actually, because
it's been pretty quiet so far.
to say the least, to say the least. And as we touched upon initially, he is one of those players that is not only the team lead in kills, but the team lead in points. So we've clearly seen why.
He's ranked 25th. 24th, sorry.
Definitely
24th.
No slouch there, as you touched upon. But again, sometimes though, nerves maybe can play a bit of a factor, and I'm thinking that's what it could have been in these first few sets. But all he has to do is put that aside here, play the game that he's known to play all year. And I think we could see the Royals maybe squeak this one out a bit. But we're going to have to see. One of the areas I think Rutledge definitely has to improve on is the service game. Very strong service game getting it over, but not finding the court where he needs to be. And of course, flip side, we have to give a great testament to the skill of the Lords, digging out a lot of those tough serves.
The Lords' front line's been great last couple of sets.
But being fourth in the province in service aces, Rutledge being fourth, that definitely has to be a bigger part of his game here in this fifth and final set, which will be coming at you in just a few seconds here at the D-Bark at Mohawk College. This 2017 OCAA Championships quarterfinal matchup. The first one we've seen here, going to be coming down to this fifth and final set.
I'm excited.
Even though it's only the second one of the day, a fifth setter is always exciting because every point truly matters. And we're going to see now Bruce set up for serve here on the Royal side. Gets the serve up and over as Dube digs it out. Gets it to Pham. Pham over to Janssen, but a nice dig there from Tolkien. Harris just going to put that one over, forcing Pham to dig it out. But here comes Colfist, someone we haven't heard too much of in these last couple of sets, but setting it up beautifully there for Janssen. And that's the start you need if you're the Durham Lords as they take service game back right away here. And we're going to get now Dube setting up for serve. Tolkien digs it to middle. DeBoer just going to run into the wall of Watson and Harper there. He looked a little shook after that one. Actually, that was a big block. These Durham Lords continuing this momentum that they've been able to build up early on in these last couple of sets. Continuing that trend here in this fifth and final set. And another big block up front. This time Harper and Janssen coming together. And now the Lords jumping out to a quick 3-0 lead here. And we're going to see Dube.
I told you, Nick, if the Lords get it to the fifth set, they're not losing this. They are on fire.
And they're definitely proving you right here. Mr. McVeigh, a nice serve there from Dube, and some miscommunication, to say the least, from middle as he was looking for Rutledge behind him, but not to be found. One of the quicker timeouts we've seen this game, but of course when you jump up 4-0 like the Durham Lords have here early on in this fifth set, you definitely need a timeout, and good job from the Royal side. Now let's see here if they can maybe implement some new strategies, because what they've done here in this first 4 points is not going to work if they want this win. And you can see there, Coach of the Year, Brad Dews, the West Division Coach of the Year. I think he's starting to get a little frustrated to the point where even he looks like he was just telling his team, you guys got to just get back to where you are in those first couple of sets.
You know what, you touched on it earlier, Nick. It could have a lot to do with these rookies on this team and the nerves coming into a game like this, you know?
Yeah, nerves are a big factor, especially when you get into championship matches. And especially if you don't have the experience to draw upon in those tough points, and especially when you get down and out, where do you find that energy? Where do you find that pickup?
Climbing the Woods Mountain, the Janssen Mountain.
And this is where Rutledge needs to step up for his team, being the captain and being the leader. If they want to win today, they're going to need Morgan Rutledge to play like he has all year. But Dube setting up for serve here now. Gets it over as middle, going to get it over here to Harris. And that's how you need to come out of the timeout if you're the Redeemer Royals. Your first point of the fifth set, a big one at that. Middle to Harris for a big kill there. And we're going to check that one out quickly here, as you're going to see middle setting that up beautifully.
That came down quick.
But we're going to jump right back into play. Going to come the other way. Watson going to run into the wall there of middle and Burke. And now they're just going to be forced to put it over, and it almost works. And a free ball there, but now a beautiful dig. And somehow they almost ran into us on that one, but Rutledge coming through there, and they are able to get it over. But here comes Pham. gets it to Watson, and Watson putting it down, but Bruce able to come save that one off the deflection from Rutledge. Now on the other side, Polfus to Pham, and here you go. Dube with a massive kill there.
That was a big one.
He was high flying, to say the least. Coming up from that back line, I like that style that the Lords implement, utilizing that back line a little more effectively than just the outside hitters, and it seems to be working quite well. But now Harper setting up for serve here as the Lords jump out to a deathly 5-1 lead here. If you're a Royals fan, and now Pham just going to have to put that one. Oh, he misses it, but somehow Wood saved him there. Now on the other side, Harris with a big kill there, and that's exactly what you're going to need now. Harris jumping out with the first 2 kills here for the Royals. Maybe they just got to get it to Harris here early in this 5th set, because he seems to be the only one playing consistently off those volleys from his team. But now Middle getting it over. Pham going to get it back over to Watson, but a nice dig from Harris here as they're going to get it set up for Rutledge. But Rutledge not going to be able to keep that one in, and out of bounds there, and on that air, we're going to see it now go back for serve, and we're going to see Janssen set it up, number 12 for the Lords, looking to stretch this 6-2 lead here early on in this 5th set.
Ready for this to go high, this one goes. Look at that. Unbelievable.
And almost got that on the back line, just missed it by a couple of feet. And as you can tell, the reason why they throw it that high for some of our other viewers is because when you come down with your arm action, you can get an incredible angling on it as it comes on the other side, but not enough there though. And we're going to see it go now to the other side as it's dug out there from Watson. And here comes Watson, runs into the wall of Rutledge. Someone's fingertip went flying there. It looks like the tape was in the air, but a big block up front from Burke and Rutledge.
That's the play we're going to need to see from Rutledge, Nick.
They're going to need to do that a lot more often. And now what they really are going to need to do, though, here is get their service game going. As Harris gets it up, Dube to Pham. Here comes Watson. And just like that, Watson going to take that point right back here for his Lords. And we're going to see loss of serve quickly for the Redeemer Royals as they're not able to find any momentum there. But they did dig in this lead a little bit here. As Watson sets up for serve on the end line, it's 7-4 here for the Lords. As Watson takes his time, he gets it up and over. Dug out there from Tolkien to Middle, over to Bruce, and Bruce has used that finesse play consecutively a few times in a row here to his advantage. I'm surprised the Lords haven't been anticipating it, but if it works, it works. And we're going to see Burke step off, and we're going to see Tolkien step off quickly as well.
Haven't seen any of the rookies yet for Redeemer this set.
No, yeah, they still haven't found any time, and I doubt they will find any court here, other than Bontkes, of course. But a massive kill here. And with that, we're going to see a quick switch of sides here, actually. Little bit of a break here in this 5th set, but very exciting play back and forth here. And again, this 5th and deciding set here in this quarterfinal match, I think it's going to come down to the wire here, Connor, as these Lords are up 8-5. And on the Lord side, you're going to see Pham, Dube, Harper, and you're going to see Janssen with Watson. And then on the back line, you're also going to see Wood. And flip side, you're going to see DeBoer, Middle. And we also got Rutledge over there with Tolkien. And on the back line, we got Harris with Bruce as well. And I think they're going to predominantly see this lineup moving forward, as these are the big players for each team, outside of Bontkes, who, as we touched upon early on in that 4th set, seemed to be very fatigued. And you mentioned it, Connor, we haven't seen him since. That one. But now the serve's up and over as Harris digs it to Middle, but a nice dig right back on the other side for Dube. So we're going to get a good rally going back here. We're now going to see it set up there for Rutledge, but Pham going to come right in the middle and save that one. And here it comes, a massive kill there for Dube, showcasing why he has been Connor's player of the game here so far.
Dube has been on fire.
A massive kill there, stretching this lead now 9-5. They have a chance here to double them up here if they can get this next serve down. But here comes Wood, serves it up and over. Harris gets it to Middle. Over to Bruce. Bruce with a big power kill there, but Wood able to dig it out to Dube, and now they're just going to put that over here as Watson gets it over. And on the other side, middle to DeBoer, and DeBoer off the head of Harper, out of bounds. A big kill there for DeBoer. And as the refs say, deflection, one of the worst kinds of deflection if you're a defender, right off the head. And now they're going to get Stiller, one of the rookies you touched upon there, Connor, who hasn't found too much court time in these last couple of sets, but now we're going to see both Stiller and Bontkes come back on for the Royals.
This is what they need. These two have been on fire for the first 2 sets of the game, so see if they can do it here
You're
now.
not a rookie all-star for no reason, as Stiller is. But a big block there, not going to be able to corral that down on the side of the Lords, though, as DeBoer and Bontkes came together on that, but the deflection on their block out of bounds will be a big point back here for the Lords as the Royals lose serve right away. But now Pham gets it over. Tolkamp digging it up to Stiller, and a massive block there again. Goodness gracious. Bruce trying to use a little bit more power where he's had the finesse going, number 5 for the Royals earlier, and on those last couple of plays, not able to put down with the power kills, the spike attempts. But actually, they are going to get that one on the violation. Sorry about that. A big one for Redeemer, actually. But now Polfus gets it to Pham and over to Janssen, and Janssen going to say, hey, we'll just take the serve right back then. We should have had that last one. And now loss of serve for the Redeemer Royals. We'll see Dube set up for the Lords on the end line. And the 11-7 lead here for the Royals, as now Stiller sets it up for Harris, and it's going to be deflected off Janssen, and with that deflection going to be the Royals taking that service game right back here. Or we're going to see number 6 Shilstra step off, and we're going to see Burke come back on. Zach Burke finding some good playing time here in these last couple of sets. Coach Dube's trying to take advantage of his height, I imagine, up front. But here Pham comes to Janssen, and a massive kill there. Pham showcasing why he's got almost 600 assists on the year. He can put that ball exactly where his outside hitters need it.
He's got over 600 after today, Nick.
Exactly. But a massive kill there from number 12, Erik Janssen. And now we're going to see Langley set up for serve here for the Lords. Harris going to dig it out here to Stiller on the other side. And Bontkes running into the wall of Watson there. Watson amped up after that one, to say the least. But they're going to say the violation there. I would have gave that one if I was the ref to Watson. He was up there with a big block, but Bontkes, I'm sure, will take that, as he has found not too much success here in these last couple of sets as he gets the serve over. But Pham to Janssen. A nice block up front there from Harris. Harris going to get it back with his own attempt, but a nice dig up front there, and Harris going to try again. But now dug from Polfus, and saved there from Watson, as it's going to be put over there from Janssen. Here comes Stiller to Harris, but a massive block there, and it's going to be point though, because they're going to say off the deflection, out of bounds. And now we see the Royals here stretching this, the Royals closing the gap here now, down only a couple of points. 12-10 for the Lords here. Bontkes gets the serve up and over, and Wood steals that one, it seems. Watson wasn't expecting that, but going to work out. A nice dig though from Tolkamp. And on the other side, Polfus is going to see that one go through his arms, and a big point there for the Redeemer Royals. Now
Redeemer crowd's getting loud.
Oh yeah, you can see them getting amped up, and that's going to be a big timeout here for the Lords. And the Royals need to ride this wave of momentum.
This is getting good. This is a close set so far, Nick.
Yeah, very exciting here this afternoon. It's getting very amped up here even as well. The crowd starting to come alive here. As you mentioned, Connor, seems to be the Royals crowd coming up for their team as they've been able to bite into this lead. We're going to check some highlights here from that last play as well. As you can check it here, a nice set there from Stiller, rookie all-star. But the deflection there, as Bontkes does get the point as it went through. You could see Polfus tapping himself there on the chest. He knew that one was on him. He needed to put that one back into play. Not one of the stronger kill attempts, but regardless of strength, if it goes down for Bontkes, you know he's happy with a bit of the struggles he's had these last couple of sets. And now just a slim 12-11 lead here for the Lords. As you can see now, a lot more camaraderie and smiles coming out of that timeout than we have seen in the last couple here for the Royals. And they have to stick together here as they are in tough against these Lords who've managed to sneak these last, I can't even say sneak actually, quite handedly take these last 2 sets. But now Watson digging out for Pham, and back to Watson. And just like that, are we gonna see that? Yes, they're gonna say it was deflected off the Royals player there. And a big point here now for the Lords as they stop the bleeding, stop the momentum of the Royals. And let's see if they can rebuild their own momentum off the Janssen serve coming up. They do dig it out here. Stiller's going to get it over to Harris, but not the most effective pass, but we're going to see it still dug out on the other side as he was able to get it over. Now another dig here. Stiller going to get it back to Harris, but Dube with another nice dig back and forth in a one-on-one play as Stiller going to get the better of Pham there. But now we get Watson, but a nice dig on the back line from Tolkamp. But Stiller just going to be forced to put it over here now as Janssen going to get it to Pham. Here comes Dube, but a big block there, but it's going to go just out of bounds. And with that deflection on the block attempt out of bounds, point here for the Lords. I heard you almost get amped up there, Connor, on that one.
Dube flies through the air. It is something else.
It's definitely a sight to watch, that's for sure. But now here, Janssen getting his second serve up and over here. Stiller going to get it back over to Harris. Harris not going to find the angle he wants, but they're going to get lucky on that one. And with that, we're actually going to see the deflection actually as a lot of the Lords players stormed the court thinking they had taken that. That was a big play there, a big point, but it's going to be deflection off the Lords player. And with that, it's going to be Royals serve and a big point over to the Royals as we're going to see Matsusaka, the Lords coach, take a timeout though. Maybe try to regroup his team after that.
I thought they had it there for a second, Nick.
Yeah, they were definitely ready to run on the court there with the big point there. That would have been the big set win there as well.
Look at the Redeemer team now. They look determined.
Crunch time to say the least. I do have to highlight, I did see 5-man buns there actually. So you know that's
five-man buns.
Definitely a style of theirs. And on the other side though, you can see these Lords, lots of camaraderie when you're as strong of a team as they've been all year.
I'm going to have to give Janssen the Hair of the Game award today. That Mohawk, it's holding on, it looks good.
I didn't actually see that earlier, but you're right, Connor, not bad. But
the man bun's been overdone.
But we are in crunch time truly here, everyone. 14-12 here for the Lords.
This is
Harris
it.
setting up for serve, gets it over. Dug out there. Gonna come back over, and boom, there you have it. A big 5th set win. And as Connor snuck that in there, Harrison Wood.
Big kill.
Massive kill there to finish this one. And the Redeemer Royals, they have to be dejected after this, taking the first 2 sets quite easily actually, 25-21, a little closer on the score than it actually was. Next one, 25-19, but the Lords, it's like the fire came on. They turned it on in that 3rd set, took it 25,
veteran presence.
25-18 in the 4th set. They won by double digits, 25-15. Now taking this last one, a nail-biter, 15-12, and they're going to be advancing on with Fanshawe, who won earlier in this day as well too. We have our first 2 quarterfinals winners today. But Harris is going to get the player of the game for the Royals. And the Royals should not be hanging their heads low. As mentioned, Coach of the Year, Brad Dews, quite the successful story, these Redeemer Royals. And then on the other side, we're going to see player of the game. Go to number 17.
Harrison Wood.
Connor
My
called
man.
it. Connor called it.
He looked good today. He
Harrison Wood with the big kill to end that one and take the win there. And as we mentioned, folks, a big win there. And we're going to check some of those highlights from the last one as well, too. Because that was a big one against your Durham Lords and Redeemer Royals.
That was a great game, Nick. Great
Very
game.
exciting here. And again, when you go down to the wire, when it goes 5 sets, as we're going to check some highlights here, you know you've had yourself an exciting match.
Look at Wood get up there.
Hope our viewers have enjoyed this on M-Link. And that was a big one there, as you can see some big kills back and forth. Very exciting play. But as we mentioned there, you're going to see that last one come up here. Pham to Janssen, that was quite the connection there in that 5th and final set. And You're going to get the massive kill there for the win. Set and match, and a big one there. And now your Durham Lords are going to be moving on, as mentioned, with the Fanshawe Falcons winning earlier. Our next matchup are going to be coming at 6 p.m. though, so make sure you guys tune in to Emling. We're going to be bringing you the undefeated Georgian College team against the Humber Hawks at 6 p.m. Make sure you tune back into Emling. I've been Nick Zahami.
I've been Connor McVeigh.
We'll see you guys.